for the consumers. Yeah.
So Pavel, we want to slightly interrupt our programming and take you to the Milimani Law Courts, where the High Court judge is expected to deliver a ruling over a matter on the SGR that is pitting the chairman of the Lands Commission, that is Mohammed Swazuri. And let's now cross over there to the courts where we'll be getting that judgment.
The court is being urged to consider the gravity of the offence as well as the provisions of the UNICAP. In a quick rejoinder, Professor Njenda reminded the court that the provisions of the treaty are subject to the Constitution, and the relevant article to consider here was Article 49H on the grant of bail. There are three issues that I need to consider here. One, whether or not the accused persons should be granted bail. Number two, if so, on which terms. And three, the amount of bail. On whether or not accused persons should be granted bail, I am guided by the provisions of Article 49H of the Constitution, which entitles accused to bail unless there are compelling reasons not to be released. In my view, the DPP objection on account of seriousness of the offence, seriousness of the charges, national security, character and antecedents, and the likelihood of interfering with witnesses was eloquently made, but I do not find cogent and clear-cut evidence that would compel this court to say that constitutional right to bail that accused persons are entitled. In my view, the concerns expressed by the DPP can only conveniently be taken care of by conditions that this court might consider necessary in granting the bail. As for the question of whether or not to grant bail, I find that the accused persons are entitled. The issue of amount and the conditions that the court should impose now comes to mind. I agree with the prosecution that the offences the accused persons are facing are serious, and if convicted, they may attract serious penalties. The fact that there are multiple charges involving colossal sums of money cannot be overlooked. I am nevertheless aware that the case has not been heard, and hence accused presumption of innocence still applies, but the fact that the accused are formally charged is a material fact that the court needs to take into account in determining this application. I must, however, say that as I set out the terms, I have also considered that the accused persons are facing various offences, since some are facing lesser charges than others, hence the terms granted to them must also take into consideration these factors. Further, the personal circumstances are different, as was submitted by Mr. James Ochieng Odwol. Some are civil servants, some are senior civil servants, others are junior. Having considered these factors, therefore, I set out the bail terms as follows. For the first and second accused who face more charges, each faces at least 7 counts, as well as accused number 13 and 15 who face at least 6 counts each, they shall be released upon executing a bond of Kenya shillings 6 million plus a shred or like amount, or in the alternative, each shall deposit a cash bill of Kenya shillings 3,500,000, that is 3.5 million. As for the accused number 12, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, who face count 1 and count 19 only, and separate alternative counts, each shall be released on a board of Kenya shillings 3 million plus a shred to like amount, or an alternative of Kenya shillings 1,500,000, that is 1.5 million each. They shall further be required to deposit their passports with the courts. 3, for public officers who have been in office, they are hereby ordered to keep off their offices unless accompanied by a police officer and upon prior arrangement with the new management of these institutions. 4, the accused persons shall not make any contact either by themselves or through proxies with witnesses whom they shall become aware of. Orders accordingly.
Well, those are live pictures from Milimani Law Courts where a ruling has just been delivered in relation to the case beating the National Lands Commission Chairman Mohammed Swazuri, who has been granted bail of 6 million, actually a bond of 6 million. And of course, the judge there mentioning that the other co-accused will be released on bail of 3.5 million. And among the conditions that the judge has set is that all the accused shall deposit their passports with the courts, and they shall not be in contact with any of the witnesses that are in part of this particular case. Well, that is the latest coming out from the courtrooms where we've been giving you that coverage. And of course, we have our Nina on location, and she'll be giving us more reactions to this, as well as just getting the way forward from the accused who are being